Hey everybody, welcome to TIW Podcast. I'm Eric, and today I watched WWE SmackDown episode 1077 and 205 Live episode 174, both broadcast on April 10th, 2020. We open up the show with Shinsuke Nakamura challenging Braun Strowman, because Braun Strowman is the new champion and Shinsuke lost his Intercontinental Championship to Braun Strowman, and so he wants to take it to him. I was playtesting a wrestling game that I'm working on, a wrestling card game, during the beginning of SmackDown, so I don't know what exactly they were saying. I just know the result of their interaction was the main event of this evening. We opened up, our opening match for the night was a rematch from WrestleMania. Alexa Bliss, the new women's tag team champions, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross, defended their championships against the Kabuki Warriors, and they won after Alexa Bliss hit a Twisted Bliss to the outside, and then another one. No, she didn't hit the second one because Kyrie got out of the way. But Nikki Cross hit a twisting neck breaker to Kairi Sane to get the win. We had a Walk with Elias song. Part of it was talking about Money in the Bank. That he's going to win that. He's going to turn the briefcase into a guitar case. That could be fun. I'm all right with that. Let's see that. And then Elias is going to go after Braun Strowman. Good luck with that. Anyway, then we had... it would make sense. It would make sense for him to go after Braun Strowman. They were friends... or they were enemies, and then they were friends, and it could be a Universal Championship match. Well, it wouldn't be an actual match. You just cash in. But that could be how he takes advantage of it, because at the end of this episode, so Braun Strowman defeats Shinsuke Nakamura in the main event. I'm just going to skip forward to that. But the Fiend, Bray Wyatt appears, Firefly Funhouse, and he has a problem with Braun Strowman, and that's his next target. I think that's going to be pretty good, because these two have a lot of history together, with Braun Strowman being brought into the Wyatt family right at the start of his WWE career, was with the Wyatt family. So that I think that's going to be pretty cool. But let's see. Oh, like I said, Elias, if he wins Money in the Bank, that could be a plausible way for him to win the Universal Championship, which would be crazy. But if he cashed in during this Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt match, I posted on Twitter this idea. Imagine if... So what we saw with the John Cena match, imagine if that is what was happening inside the heads of all of the opponents that the Fiend has faced so far. We were just seeing the physical manifestation of that. We were not seeing the mental anguish that they were going through. So I think if we look back at some of the Fiend's matches against Seth Rollins, against Finn Balor, even in all those... if all of them had a similar experience to John Cena, we just didn't see what was going on in their heads, then that also explains why it took everybody back to a previous version of themselves, is that they were taken through this is your life type of thing, and they're like, oh, maybe that was the best me. I'm gonna go back to that because the current me is awful, or whatever. But anyway, then we had Dolph Ziggler and Sonya come out. They're yelling at Michael Cole and Corey Graves about the whole situation. They just want to talk to Mandy Rose. And Tucker comes out. By the way, Corey Graves, he's back. So that's good. Tucker comes out and he challenges Dolph Ziggler to a match after rubbing in some photos. I mean, all these photos were from one event. They were working out with bananas, but he still rubs it into Dolph Ziggler and Sonya, and so we get Dolph Ziggler versus Tucker, and Dolph Ziggler wins that match via super kick. Then we have a nice dirt sheet segment. with some good news. The most important good news is that Miz and Morrison are still the tag team champions, and that also Hey Hey Ho Ho has reached gold sales record sale or whatever. I don't know. How does that even work these days? But they're interrupted by the Usos with their live performance of Hey Hey Ho Ho. Is interrupted by the Usos. They say, "Hey, you didn't even defend the championship as a tag team." Then the New Day come out. They say, "Hey, you didn't even defend the championship as a tag team." And then they say, "But we talked to everybody, and they said the other people who weren't in that match now get to compete for the tag team championships, but it's next week because The Miz is still not cleared to compete or whatever." So next week we will have Jey Uso versus The Miz versus Big E in a triple threat, not a ladder match, just a regular triple threat for the tag team championships. So effectively, the SmackDown titles are just a freebirded singles title now, at least for the time being. Then we have the debut of the Forgotten Sons versus the Lucha House Party, Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik, and the Forgotten Sons won that match. Backstage, Nikki and Alexa are feeling unbeatable, and then they're confronted by Dana, Brooke, and Carmella, who want a piece of that action. They consult each other off to the side for a minute, and Alexa does not seem to want to do this, but Nikki jumps in and says, "Challenge accepted." And so at some point in the near future, they will challenge. I thought it was going to be next week, but later in the episode, they said Dana Brooke would be facing somebody, I forget even who, as in a qualifying match for to gain entry into the Money in the Bank ladder match. So I don't know when this tag team match is going to happen. Then we had Sasha Banks and Bayley come out, and Tamina comes out and challenges Bayley to a one-on-one match because she, according to her, nobody beat her because everybody beat her, which is some kind of logic. But I'm excited to see more Tamina. You can't spell SmackDown after WrestleMania without Tamina. You also can't spell Raw after Mania without Nia Jax. So Bayley accepts the challenge as long as she can beat Sasha first next week. And Tamina says, "Well, your buddy just screwed you." And then she leaves. Then we had Sheamus versus Cal Blum, I think is this guy's name. Sheamus won, of course, and then he had this weird kind of stare down moment with the commentary team. I don't know what that was. I liked it. I don't know if he heard them say something, but we got a little bit of a repeat of that on 205 Live that I'll talk about in a minute. Then we had a video package about Jeff Hardy. That was pretty good. And then our main event, Braun Strowman versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Braun Strowman won via the running power slam. And then that whole segment. Oh, also Bray started this Firefly Funhouse by rewriting a little history because history was written small, and then he rewrote it as in capital letters. So that's how he rewrote history. I like that. But all of the Funhouse puppets did not like Braun. They all wanted to get revenge, but Bray offered, "Well, I'll forgive you if you just apologize." And Braun was like, "No, I'm not going to apologize. I'm going to play your game. Get these hands." And Bray responds by saying, "You've been so focused on getting these hands that you didn't focus on learning these manners or learning those manners." So that's why I named this episode that. Learn those manners. He has this new a Strowman Express shirt where he's Thomas the Tank Engine. I think hands. That's another different catchphrase that it could be. I think the catchphrase for the Strowman Express could be, "Get these trams." Get these trams. No, I think hands is kind of funny. I don't know. Neither of them are very funny. So yeah, that was SmackDown. Then we had 205 Live. Just 2 matches on here. First was Tony Nese versus Danny Birch. Starting next week will be the tournament for the interim Cruiserweight Championship. We did have a video message from Jordan Devlin saying, like, whatever imposter is the interim champion, when I'm legally able to, then I'm going to destroy those stuff. So that match is going to be pretty great. But anyway, Tony Nese versus Danny Birch. Tony Nese wins, and then he just starts harassing John Quasto and Byron Saxton, who are on commentary for this episode. They just bother. They're like, "No, I'm champion. Stop talking about this championship tournament. I'm the champion. I should be champion." All that, and he keeps bothering him through the whole rest of the episode, because we have Jack Gallagher versus Oney Lorcan, Danny Birch's partner, of course, and Tony Nese interferes with a chair. Disqualification because he attacks Oney Lorcan. Then Danny Birch comes out, try to fight off Tony Nese there at the end. So it was pretty interesting. I'm really looking forward to this tournament. It'll be like a mini. I don't think they've announced the bracket or anything like that, but it's gonna be like a mini Cruiserweight Classic. The Cruiserweight Classic, of course, had 16 competitors in it. Maybe it had even more than that. Either had 16 or 32. I'm going to look that up. Oh, man. That was the Cruiserweight Classic. That was peak sports side of entertainment. Cruiserweight Classic was in 2016, I think. July 14th through August 26th, 2016. And how many competitors were in there? There were qualifying matches that took place in all over the place. In Progress, Revolution, Pro Wrestling, at Evolve, American Combat Wrestling, at Evolve again. So, yeah, so many. There were I think there's 32. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 32. That's huge. Such a huge tournament. But man, some of the names in there. Kota Ibushi made it all the way to the semifinals. Semifinals. Who else was in there? Oh, Zack Sabre Jr. is in there. Although he didn't really catch my attention during this, but every match that I've seen since then, him in New Japan, he's so. I haven't watched very much New Japan lately, but I'd say he's my favorite in New Japan. Man, who else was in there? And of course, we had Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa right at the beginning of this whole thing, which finally came back around. So yeah. Anyway, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to see what else happens on SmackDown coming up. They announced a ton of stuff. I did not make note of it. There's a lot of stuff that they're saying was coming up. Maybe some of it was on Raw. Maybe that's why it seemed like so much. But yeah, and then Money in the Bank, the arena version of it was canceled, so it's going to be I assume it's going to be there at the Performance Center as well. But I mean, ladder matches, I don't care where they take place, they're always so awesome. So I'm looking forward to that, just watching that on TV. Before all of the current situation came to be, I was strongly considering going to Money in the Bank. It was going to be a lot of fun, but it'll just be another one just watching on TV again. So anyway, that's it for right now. I'll be back real soon with more talking about, Monday Night Raw will be the next episode. Unless I do some comic book reading, then I want to do Since there still hasn't been new comics. I think there has been some new digital comics, but I'm not even gonna worry about that. I won't get back to doing the new comics until new physical comics are able to be obtained. But at some point, I have some full runs of stuff that I wanted to do episodes about, but I haven't gotten around to reading a full run of anything yet. I did, however, this isn't comic books, but I did get Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I've started playing that, and that is like really good. So I might not be reading very many comics because I'll mostly just be playing that. But anyway, let me know what you thought about all this stuff by tweeting me at TIW Podcast. Go to TIWpodcast.com for more reviews. If you enjoyed this episode or anything else on the site, please share some links with your friends. Subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, YouTube, wherever you like to listen. Stay safe, healthy, and happy out there in all the infinite multiverses. And I'll see you next time here on TIW Podcast. Bye.